this is going to be one of those Pacific-wide situations here where the watches have now turned into warnings. If you are a U.S. viewer and you're watching us from the state of Hawaii, you are now under a tsunami warning. Estimated arrival of the tsunami first wave. Remember, there are a series, but the first one should arrive at around 2:59 a.m. That's Hawaii Standard Time. So if you're watching us from Hawaii, that is your expected arrival of the tsunami as we take you into the next few hours. It is now, we're coming up on 2 hours after the initial quake. It is now 7:40 GMT. So what I want to do is read some of these other arrival times from the waves here from the tsunami. Some places here I'm not going to read to you because the wave unfortunately has already arrived, but we'll pick here on Russia, coastal areas of Russia arriving at 8:34 GMT, Marcus Island at 8:53 GMT, in Guam arriving at 9:09 GMT. Taiwan, you're going to be getting hit in about a couple hours here. So you have a couple hours to get to higher ground. The wave, the tsunami wave, arriving there at 9:30 GMT. Marshall Islands at 10:13 GMT. Indonesia at 10:49 GMT. Papua New Guinea at 11:24 GMT. And we're going down the list here. There's just so many countries here. Australia now under the watch and warning as well. Arrival there, Rosemary, 15:28 GMT. So again, we're going to be monitoring this tsunami here over the next several hours here. They travel at 800 kilometers per hour, but it is a big Pacific here, so we're going to continue to monitor that as we obviously are watching just the unbelievable live pictures, not only from the damage that an 8.9 can cause, but also from the tsunami. And by the way, numerous significant aftershocks, which themselves could cause significant damage. Recording one over a 7.0 magnitude, a recent one coming in at 6.8, and that 6.8. Unlike the epicenter of the earthquake that initiated the tsunami, that epicenter at 6.8 was right in the heart of Tokyo, so certainly causing additional damage there. So we'll continue to monitor it here. I think my main thing for you is to keep updating these arrival times as the computer keeps churning them out here. But again, 8.9 still is the magnitude, and now that has ranked as the 7th worst earthquake, 7th largest magnitude earthquake here ever since we have been recording them. Number 7 on the list, and certainly you can see why from the pictures.
You certainly can. And the tweets that I'm getting, people want this focus on evacuation, because as people watching across the globe, the best advice that could be given for people that are on lower ground is to get to higher ground. If you know that this is anywhere in the vicinity where you're living, you need to get away from lower ground, because these waves of water, these are deadly. They have debris in them, and you must get out of the area. So if we can just go back to evacuation advice, because that seems to be what people particularly want to hear, because this is not just one country that's being affected. This is a broad area, Ivan, as we've been discussing, when you're talking about Australia, Taiwan, Philippines, Indonesia, Papua New Guinea, Hawaii, Marshall Islands, Russia, Guam. It is extensive. All of those people, if you're near the coastline, you need to move away from it as quickly and orderly and calmly as possible.
Absolutely, and there's no question that right now, along the regions that are under a Pacific tsunami warning, there are folks that have no idea what's going on. They're not watching their televisions, they're not listening to radio, and so it is up to local authorities there to inform folks. So if you know someone in this region and your cell phone is operating here, certainly give them a call and let them know what is going on, because I think that is how we got the significant casualties last time. Obviously, Indonesia had no time because of how close that 9.1 was back in 04. But when you talk about a tsunami that is further away, the damage certainly can be significant, but there's no reason we have to lose any additional life, because we have hours here now to warn folks that are further away from the epicenter, which was right near the coast of Japan. Guys, if you can put us in a bit of a box here. I know we're watching these live pictures, but I just want to give folks a scope of what we're talking about here rather quickly, as far as the epicenter east of Japan, and why this encompasses such a large region. And you have to remember, with the topography, here's the entire region here. Here are the Philippines down here. There's Taiwan. We're talking about China there. There is Japan, Russia to the north, and then you have the islands down here, Hawaii Hawaii further to the west. So as the tsunami amplifies, it moves in all directions, 360 degrees, and it wraps around as well some of these islands here. So if you're thinking, well, I'm facing to the west, I'm in no danger, not at all. A tsunami will wrap around you and certainly cause extensive damage, as you're seeing there in Japan, Rosemary.
All right, Ivan, I'm going to let you get some more information. Certainly.